Hi, my name is BillFeaver, and I'm trying to do something new. I do a thing called doodling. I call it doodling, and I'll show you a little bit about what I've got. This is what I've done in the past. I've got books and books of it, and I do different doodles. And I do these during meetings, and I have this ability to concentrate in depth when I'm in a meeting. So I do this to focus. And I've got all these different doodles. So I thought it's an art form that I can do. I've made three coloring books to date and published them on Amazon. So I thought I'd just give you a demonstration of how I start. I usually start just anywhere. I can start up here. I can start anywhere on the page. I usually start right about in the middle sometimes, and I draw a circle, or I draw a line. Sometimes I draw a line. And then I draw something like this, and I make straight lines. Sometimes I do curves. Sometimes I do more straight lines like this. I actually can make different types of shapes, but I usually do rectangles or squares, sometimes triangles, sometimes half arcs. So let's see where this leads. Here's a start, and from there I might go to this and do a kind of a wedge or a half, not even a wedge, an eighth of a circle type of thing. Sometimes I make them bigger, sometimes I make them smaller. And I just do whatever I feel. Thought comes into my head as to what shape I want to do next. Sometimes it just, I look at the thing and say, hey, what goes there, and try and fill it in. So there I go. And now let's see, what do I want to do next? Let's see. I can do this. Put cap over here, the cap over here, cap here, and one here. So just following it around. I'll make a circle here, here, here. And this is all freehand. I don't use any type of ruler or straight edge or template that creates the curve. It's all from freehand. A little bit of history about me. I worked for an engineer for 10 years. I was a draftsman starting out. My degree in college was in industrial technology, and I had a area of expertise where I was a draftsman. This was back in the day of the early 1970s when drafting was basically done by hand. There was no CAD systems where it was done on computers yet. Everything was done with templates and ink. When I went to work, my first job, I worked for an engineer, and we did a lot of ink drawings on sepia, where we were preparing drawings to go out to bid for water and sewer systems, for roads, for electrical type drawings and those kinds of things. So we're doing all kinds of things like that. And it was all done on paper by freehand. Then we made copies that went out to bid for people to get a set and to bid on them. I don't even know how it's done today. It's been so long since I've been out of that area of expertise. My nephew works for an engineer now, and he basically, it's all done online with those types of systems. From there, I went into farming. And from there, I went into teaching. So I taught for 20 years as a third career. Started out in the engineering field, went to farming, and then went into the teaching business. And actually, I was teaching English and history, so I wasn't even teaching drawing, but we did quite a few of those things. I found out that there a lot of kids have different learning modalities, and I examined some of the modalities that I have. And I'm more of a visual type of learner, and I like to see what I'm doing. So that probably connects with what I'm doing. Also, I'm tactile in some ways, so I think I like to feel the paper, the pen in my hand, and that's a feeling I have too that helps me retain information. I like doing this. I have made coloring books and put them into 3 different books for adults. Basically, they're more of intricate, in-depth drawings that a lot of people like to, as they age, they like to. My sister-in-law, she colors stuff off the internet all the time, and it's flowers and those kinds of things. So I thought I would just do it with just my shapes. And a lot of people look at these and say, hey, you should make these into some tattoos. So some of them have ability can maybe be like a tattoo. I can usually knock one out in my drawing sketchbook. I knock one out about every 20 minutes to half an hour. And that's basically how I do it. If you would like to look at my coloring books, they're under BillFeaver in Amazon. And I think it's just all lowercase. You put it in there into the search thing on Amazon, and the drawings will pop up. My name is spelled BillFeaver. I also have an online business that I'm working with, and I have several products that I sell that are dealing with marketing online. And you can find a lot of what I have at WilliamFeaver.com. And that's basically online tools and online traffic and conversion on how to market online trainings. And we have a community that's very successful people that will help you learn. And so if you're interested in a little side hustle, that is a possibility. So I'm going to start doing more and more of my drawings and see if people are interested in taking a look at more of them, and also how I do them. And if you're interested in knowing more, just send me a note and we'll talk. Thank you so much and have a great day.